The Welder's ultimate art seems to me like an expansion on the exploding attack from Bloodborne's Stake Driver, though obviously made much more powerful. The Duchess's design seems very Bloodborne inspired as well, but more specifically to Lady Maria, with a clothes with a half cape hanging from behind. The white hair they both have helps as well. The design of her mask is very similar to the one the Firekeeper wears in Dark Souls 3. Yes, we'll be talking about what you're thinking about a little bit later. The dodges she has also seems very inspired by Bloodborne. They don't seem to be one-to-one animations, but the side dodges are pretty close, I think. Recluse seems to call back to some witches in the prior games, like Beatrice and Zully, with her design, including her clothes being purple in color and having the tip of the hat droop instead of being upward. This one could be a stretch, but the cliff at the end of the round table area feels reminiscent of the cliff end when you're leaving the Undead Asylum in Dark Souls 1. Probably helps that birds transport you away from here. There's a few movement options that seem to be added to Nightreign from Sekiro, but the one that stands out the most is the wall jumping, being the first time in a series where you can do something like this. There's also the grapple hook thing, but the function is very different between them. Some of the chests in Nightreign are literally just the Dark Souls 1 and 3 chests, no question about it. There was a few of these chest models in Elden Ring as well, but they were very rare. I always felt like they meant to change them and missed these, given one of them was removed from the 1.0 version. Enemies in Nightreign can pick up your rune bloodstain, just how enemies could pick up your blood echoes in Bloodborne. This one is more of a visual and thematic similarity, but the little void spheres that summon all the ants remind me of how the one reborn is summoned in Bloodborne. In Nightreign, you can sort of be invaded by Morgoth, just how you can in Dark Souls 2 by the Pursuer Shadows, just in random locations instead of select ones. Leaving no room for argument, Centipede Demon from Dark Souls 1 was straight up brought back to Nightreign, name and all, but with a few additional attacks and little tweaks like that. Even the music is exactly the same. This giant stone doorway that leads to the final boss of an expedition reminds me of the stone door that leads into the Throne of Want in Dark Souls 2 and other similar doors in the series. The relics you can equip on your character function somewhat similarly to blood gems in Bloodborne, except you equip them on your weapon in Bloodborne, instead of your character. Now to finish off the video, let's discuss the things from the trailers that we didn't get to see in the network test. Originally I thought the Duchess might be this lady who people think is the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3, but the design of the Duchess mask is slightly different, and this lady does fit the Firekeepers more, from the bit we can see. Just like Centipede Demon, it seems we will eventually find Nameless King in Limveld. And likewise, screenshots that were shared after the reveal trailer imply we will see Duke's dear Freya as well.